Yes, I yield 2 minutes to the gentleman from Illinois, Mr. Adam Kinzinger, a member of the Committee on Foreign Affairs. He's the author of this bill, and his service to our nation includes the time he spent as an Air Force pilot serving in Iraq and in Afghanistan.
The gentleman is recognized for 2 minutes.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Chairman, thank you for yielding in your many years of service. I rise today in strong support of H.R. 4591, the Prevent Destabilization of Iraq Act, which I introduced with my colleague, Representative Swazi. Since the toppling of Saddam Hussein, Iran has been working to gain access and influence in Iraq by dismantling American efforts to stabilize the country and the region. And it's abundantly clear that Iran is working to gain influence in Iraq to further their radical agenda, and we must do everything in our power to counter their tyrannical regime and provide hope for the Iraqi people. I'm troubled by the growing influence of Iranian-backed popular mobilization forces, which are being set up as a parallel military structure to undermine the Iraqi security forces. Just this week, we saw the head of a powerful PMF, which would be sanctioned under this legislation, demanding that the Iraqi government allow these militias to secure the border with Syria. Not only would this legitimize the PMF, but would also give the Iranians one of their greatest desires, a secure land bridge to supply weapons and troops from Tehran to the Mediterranean. Over the past few months, we've seen the security situation in Iraq slip further into despair. The U.S. compounds in Baghdad and Basra were attacked by Iranian-backed groups, resulting in the latter shutting its doors. I believe retreating will only hurt the Iraqis and make the region a more dangerous place, a lesson that we have already learned once. Following the elections in Iraq this year, we saw Iranian proxies and militias, as well as Iraqis working on behalf of the Iranians, attempting to form a coalition government in Baghdad. This act, which passed the committee unanimously, would impose sanctions on Iranians or any other person who threatens the peace and stability of Iraq. It will also sanction several terrorist organizations, as well as their leaders, many of which are trained and funded by the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. Passage of this ensures that the Iranians are not given a free pass to meddle in the affairs of the Iraqi people. I thank all my colleagues for the work on this, and Mr. Speaker, I yield back.